Off off from one villain theme into another. Good evening, my darling batlings. I'm here with JKR and with my newly re-rigged live 2D model, courtesy of Nakauji on VGen. Definitely check them out. I'm gonna be adding them to my bio, so I can have both my model mama and my model papa on there. They did a great job. You know what? It's tradition to show off, like, all the aspects of your newly rigged model when you get it. So I tweaked a few of the settings in here to make it fit my expression a little bit. But let me zoom out so you can see the full body, because they did rig the full body. Even got the coat moving.
Ooh.
Got the arms moving a bit. I didn't ask for, you know, too much of a fancy rig. So it ended up being pretty affordable, only $100, and they let me pay in installments. So,
oh, nice.
50 up front and 50 at the end. And it can go for as low as 80 if you use their budget rigging option. Ah! Mega Man Burger, hello! 30 months in a row, holy shit! Yes, Arikado feet. Well, technically boot reveal. I don't have a shoeless version of this model. That's for the other site. That I don't have set up, I'm genuinely thinking about for, you know, sussy games that I can't stream on Twitch and nothing else.
Yeah.
But I've also got a couple expressions. Oh god. I got angy. I angy. And then, we got holy shit. And, for when someone makes me all butterflies in my stomach. Apart from the times that I'm actually eating butterflies. You know, I got this smile and blush and just looking, oh woo.
It's very faint, but I do like the blush.
Yes, I like that the blush is pretty faint instead of overdone.
Yeah.
Then, for when I'm sad. Aww. I like that there's a good distinction between the angry and the sad. A lot of it's in the eyes. And then, this was not part of the rigging, but I picked this up from a, free, resource on, Ko-Fi.
Ooh.
Yep. They got a whole bunch of these for all the different hedgehogs and tails and knuckles.
Nice. Nice. Oh, excuse me.
But yeah, that's my new Live 2D model. Drawn by Shiba, who I hope is doing okay. I haven't heard from her since October.
Yeah, I sent her a message today, just kind of checking in on her. Haven't heard anything back, but I'm just, you know, mainly just trying to make sure she's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, tonight we're going to be playing some more Ninja Gaiden Black. I'm still going to be tinkering with the model rigging a bit because I'm still new to this whole Live 2D thing. So I have to change around a lot of parameters to best fit my setup and, you know, the way that I move. And, yeah, Ninja Gaiden Black. Let's, get on over here. And I'm not gonna get us out of the throne room until I launch the game. Because, otherwise you can see my IP address.
Oh, yeah, that's,
or at least the IP address for my Xbox.
Yeah, I'd rather you not share that with them.
Yeah, I noticed that after looking at the past couple Ninja Gaiden VODs. Oh, not the emulators window, because there's nothing in there. We gotta go to games. This is the fun of a soft-modded Xbox. Makes it easy to, organize things. I've also got the original Xbox version of Metal Wolf Chaos in here. Even though, there is a remaster out, and it's been out for a while. A few years. I think, like, almost 5 to 10 years now. And I loaded this up, once... I loaded this up once before earlier just to make sure that it caches everything, so we're not stuck waiting a minute for it to load at the beginning again.
Mhm.
Because it does that every time it needs to cache data. That way it can cut down on how long the game has to load between segments.
Hmm.
Which, as I've said before, is some pretty genius programming. And once again, this is on original Xbox. Just for that authentic feel, even though a better way to play it nowadays is on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, or Xbox Series S. Or Xbox One X,
Yeah.
any of those. Just because it runs a little more stably and has higher resolution.
Let's see. Oh, so just a heads up for you, Ari. I been meaning to tell you about this, but I keep forgetting. Um, just a little idea I've been having with my collection.
Yeah.
For a while now, I've been obsessed with kind of creating like a Praetorian Guard for the Decepticon Empire. So, like, what do I put up on the top shelf? Basically, guarding Megatron and the Triumvirate. And then it hit me. Use the IDW, the Transformers Legacy, Evolution, United, whatever you want to call it, IDW Tarn figure. As like get multiples of that and just have that as a Praetorian Guard, because I think that would be, with the colors on that, I think that kind of works.
Ooh, nice.
As a set of elite guards.
That specific color scheme works good for like a mass-produced sort of genericon.
Yeah. Like, I've got the
like, but while also looking, distinct enough to not be something like, like a God, what's his name? Reflector, or a generic Seeker or something like that. Something that looks more built up and more more like, sort of like God, I'm struggling to think of words.
Like, these would basically be like an elite squad of Viacons, basically, meant that were like not actually Viacons, but basically to to kind of put them next to that and be like, they're almost like,
their color scheme fits well with the Viacons.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I have the Cyberverse versions below because I'm going to use those as like mass-produced super soldiers, but for like the Praetorian Guard, I feel like the IDW color schemes with the gold accents and everything just kind of gives more of a like more Imperial Guard sort of feel. So I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I like that.
Like a bunch of repro labels. Just gotta get a bunch of fucking Toy Hacks labels for those things.
Good thing Toy Hacks labels are pretty cheap.
They are pretty cheap, but even for me, they're kind of expensive. But that's only because I don't have a steady income at the moment.
Well, yeah, but also, you get a whole sheet of them.
Exactly.
And we enter the save combination. Now we can go through here. We're in the moat outside the palace, for the record. So we're finally approaching the palace so we can face off with Doku and get the Dark Dragon Blade back.
Yeah. So what, did the Emperor build a wall?
I'm not addressing that. And we just got a spear gun, so now we can fight underwater. We can finally kill those big fish. Let's see. How many scarabs do we have? 32. What is he giving us this time? Armlet of Benediction. I believe that increases how much yellow essence you get. Which means more money.
Nice. Mucho dinero.
Let's see, let's I'll buy a Great Spirit Elixir, why not? And there's nothing really to blacksmith.
Let's see. Also, I happened to look at the prototype for the new Studio Series Devastator. I saw the pictures of the prototype yesterday, and I see what Chuck was talking about.
The big backpack.
Yeah, the way they've like it's to call it a backpack is putting it lightly. This is more like a oversized fanny pack because like this thing.
You can't say fanny. That's a dirty word in some places.
Seriously?
In England, fanny means vagina.
Oh, oops.
I'm joking, but
you know,
it does genuinely mean that. But I'm joking about you can't say that.
Okay. Oh god, but yeah. So it like the thing is, I'm as much as I like to stand with MGO on the whole, like, oh, I don't display my figures facing the wall. Then something like this is like I'd have
When
to
it's
see
visible,
when the toy.
is it too visible from the front? In that case, yeah, I can understand. Chicken fanny makes sense now. Yes, it does.
From what I understand, it doesn't look that bad from the front. The question is, like, how is this going to, hold up? Is my real question. Is like, is this going to be a stable figure, or is he going to be back heavy? Like, mainly, do I need to lean him up against something in order?
Yeah,
to,
that's always the issue you run into
standing.
with characters with big backpacks. It's one of the big design flaws with the original Omega Prime. It's very back heavy and very front heavy, just due to it having a very both back heavy and front heavy at the same time design. It always just leans one way or the other.
Yeah, no balance.
So that's why I'm hoping gets fixed with the HasLab one.
Yeah.
Like, it has to keep the same aesthetic, but hopefully the difference in materials will help balance it out.
Right.
Also, this is finally a good time for us to use the Vigorian flail that we've had since, like, towards the beginning of the game. It's like nunchucks. It's like nunchucks, but with blades on them.
Nice. Like
which basically just makes the nunchucks entirely redundant.
Yeah. Honestly, I think for me, my go-to weapon, if I were to have something like that, would just be like a double bladed scythe. So like,
you're gonna love Ninja Gaiden 2 then, because you get a scythe in that game.
Nice.
A giant scythe.
I can see that as where it's like there's two blades and everything. Like the faster you spin that damn thing, the more of a shield it creates, and then you could just also use it as like a means to chop down your enemies.
Chop your enemies. Chop your enemies and hear the lamentations of the women.
Let's see what else. So yeah, if the HasLab Lyo Kaiser does end up getting funded, then I am going to be selling my third-party version, which I checked is like it's worth about $400+, so that should cover it. Still have.
I retract what I was about to say, which was I'll take it off your hands. I don't have $400. I never do.
I would love to send it to you, Ari.
Hey,
but
Cloud, having McDonald's with fries with Red Robin seasoning is nice. I've only been to Red Robin once, and I can't remember what it tasted like other than it was good. I've never lived near a Red Robin. Yum.
I went to Red Robin quite a few times in the past. Especially
I just remember there being a TV in the floor.
In the floor?
In the floor.
A TV.
Yes, a TV screen in the floor that was showing Nickelodeon.
Does not compute.
It wasn't like you were walking on the TV screen. It was like there was a protective layer over it.
Okay. Okay. Well, that somewhat clears things up. Because I'm still picturing this like the entire screen is in the floor.
Like there was a clear like protective layer over the TV screen so it didn't get, stepped on.
Right.
Not like, a screen protector, but like there was flooring that was transparent between it and the TV screen.
How big was this TV screen anyway?
Oh, it was big. It was like a flat panel.
Oh, okay.
And I'm about to die by a drowning. Yep. Knew it.
Well, that sucks.
Oh, well, at least I saved not too far from here.
That's good. Yeah, but I would love to give you the third-party Lyle Kaiser Ari, but
you spent too much on it to just give away. I understand.
Yeah. Plus, the fact is that was a birthday/Christmas gift from my family, so they gave me money to pay for it, and I was like, yeah.
I wasn't just gonna like take it off your hands for free. It was like, depending on the price, I would have paid you for it.
I get you, and I would love to do that for you, but I
don't want to undercut how much it's worth.
Yeah, I checked on eBay to see how much that thing was worth, and like $400 is the lowest price I'm going to sell it for, unfortunately.
Could you give me a 5-finger discount? As in, just I'll steal it and no one will ever know?
I'll give you a 5-finger discount. Lean in close.
I don't think my model can lean forward.
I don't got hands anyway.
Although it can lean further than that. I just limited its range of movement.
Because
otherwise when I go like this, it will have been just wobbling all over the place.
Yeah, I would give you the 5-finger discount, but I don't have hands, so
you're not you're not a handyman. Gotcha.
Well, I may not be a handyman because I don't have I don't got no.
You're not a handyman. You're more demolition.
Yeah, that's true. But I can't do this.
I still love how that looks with the 2D model. Especially since, due to me doing this for Vina, and it only shows, like, the upper part of the body when it's framed like this, so it looks like you just knocked off the top half of my body.
Which still, like, you would still be able to, knowing you'd still survive that for the fact is that you are a cyborg.
Yes.
You'd just be...
I just need some repairs.
Yeah.
Just put some Windex on it. I'll be fine.
Watch. No. You need some WD-40 is what you need.
No. That's only if it's not moving and it's supposed to be. If it is moving and it's not supposed to be, you use duct tape.
Right. You need duct tape.
And Windex is for if you have an injury.
I still cannot believe that's a thing.
It's a thing from this movie called My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which my dad and stepmom took me to before they got married. And I can't remember anything from that movie except for the dad from the Greek woman's family thinks that Windex is like a cure-all salve.
When it's clearly not.
So, like, anytime that someone hurts themselves, he, like, sprays their wound with Windex.
Oh, jeez.
I don't get the joke, but it stuck with me. I feel like if I was Greek, it would make more sense, but I don't think I have any Greek ancestry.
If I do, it's unknown to me.
I just know that I got a bit of Danish in me, which means that I should totally learn Danish just to rizz up Sif Aviana.
Yeah, I know I have a little bit of German in me, kind of Polish, definitely Hungarian, and...
What kind of Polish? Shoe Polish? Screen Polish? Floor Polish?
More like bomb Polish.
I had to. They're spelled the same.
As a Pole, I should be offended by that, but I'm not because that's funny.
They're spelled the same. They're homonyms.
Oh, jeez.
That's your English lesson for tonight after we had our math lesson last night.
Even get me started on last night.
Watch the VOD when it comes up tomorrow if you don't know what I'm talking about. Watch the VOD of Frog Fractions to see all the wonderful things we learned, including the abridged history of boxing.
Oh, jeez.
And how to successfully run an economy into the ground.
Yup. Excuse me.
See, you weren't expecting to learn so much last night, were you?
Nope. I love how Furred actually thought I was in on this, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm not in on this.
Normally, he would be right to think that. In this case, he was wrong. Oh, yeah. So wrong.
Oh, God.
All right, when we go in here, we'll find the oxygen tank. Sorry, oxygen cylinder. And now we can breathe underwater.
Oh, good.
So I don't have to worry about drowning anymore.
Excellent.
To quote Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2, one of the greatest games ever made, we've managed to avoid drowning. I said that line is not, it's not supposed to be funny, but just the matter-of-fact and also proud way he delivers it. I'm like, Raiden, you're such a good boy. you're just the goodest boy.
What is going on here? It's...
What?
Sorry, I was checking, I'm checking the tracking on an item that I ordered through GalaxyCon. I bought an autograph of the voice actress who voices Weiss in Ruby.
Okay.
Yeah, and I bought it like late last month. And this is the stupid thing. GalaxyCon handed it off to the postal service on the 29th, and they said and the postal service said it was accepted. It hasn't moved since.
Oh.
I've contacted them on eBay to find out what's going on. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I don't expect anything.
Oh, it's one of the charity autographs. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to ask why they had to why a con had to mail you an autograph, but no, it's the charity autographs that they were selling on their eBay store for Mike McFarlane's recovery.
Yeah.
I wish I could have bought some of those, but I just don't have that kind of cash.
Yeah, I get you.
Especially with how expensive a lot of those bids ended up getting.
Oh, yeah.
Time to get out the bat batter. Seriously, the Vigorian flail is good for 2 things. Bats and bugs. Actually, 3 things. We'll come across ghost fish later, and it's good for those too. Ghost fish, the worst kind of fish, because you can't even eat them.
Not sure if you would even eat them anyway, knowing you.
I wouldn't, but you... Would you try to eat a ghost fish? Just to see how it tastes?
I would attempt. I would try it, because me being the fish lover that I am, would definitely try and eat a ghost fish.
What if I told you that the ghost fish were all bones?
Yeah, then I'd probably hand that off to Kier. He can make
because like they're like fish skeletons, but they're ghosts.
Hmm.
And I say ghosts like that because we need to call the ghost boosters.
They're ghosts. Then they'd probably just go right through me.
Yeah, in more ways
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
than one.
Yeah. Who writes this trash?
Who writes this trash? Belongs in the garbage. I got contacted. I auditioned for another. Like JKR knows about this, but I'm telling this to the chat. I auditioned for another Transformers fan project from RJ, the guy that made Transformers Earthfall, the series that I'm in, which season 1's out now. We're gonna do a watch. We're gonna do like a watch along with my first time viewing it because I was waiting for the full season to come out. Sometime in the coming weeks, depends on when it works for everyone that wants to be a part of it. And I auditioned for the role of Skullgrin using like a voice that's like a halfway point between Danny DeVito and Joe Pesci. And I got contacted by another Transformers stop motion animator saying that they liked my Skullgrin audition and wanted to know if I wanted to work with them on their own Transformers projects in the future. So that was pretty cool.
That's nice, dude.
All because I was like, you know, I see this guy's an arms dealer. I'm thinking, like, I gotta sound like Enzo from Bayonetta.
Yes.
You know, someone scummy, but not particularly strong.
Right.
Like, someone who's definitely in the criminal underworld, but doesn't exactly have the muscle to back themselves up.
Yeah. Honestly, I could see that same voice being applied to Swindle as well.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, I would definitely use that for Swindle. Like, either that or going for sort of like how he sounded in Animated. From what I've heard of it. Maybe going a little more like James Woods with it. Like an audition that Chuck sent to me that I thought, like, this would work. An audition he sent to me for, like, not a formal audition, just, like, an idea for, like, a take on Thrust and Armada Bridged, where he was inspired by Hades from Hercules, and kind of played him up as, like, a sleazy used car salesman.
Nice.
Where he's like, he improv the whole thing. It was like him trying to sell Megatron on using Tidal Wave as if he were trying to sell him on an overpriced car.
Yep. This baby can hold so much firepower in it.
And I was like, this would work perfect for Swindle if there was a proper Swindle in the Unicron trilogy instead of just a combiner limb named Swindle.
Yeah.
Is Swindle even one of the Bruticus Maximus ones? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I know
it's one that looks like Swindle, but it's not Swindle, I think.
Yeah, I think what happened was in the Bruticus Maximus toy, when that got re-released under the Revenge of the Fallen.
Because I know in the show they're just drones. They don't have like personalities.
Yeah, I don't think. I think there's only two instances where I know Swindle got used in the Unicron trilogy. First was the Minicon, and then the other was.
I'll call him Swindle.
And then the other was the one in the Cybertron toy line, which was just a repaint of Hardtop.
I'll also call him Swindle.
Let's see here. Jeff. Okay, so you were technically correct. The best kind of correct. But yeah, so Swindle technically was the name of one of the tanks in Bruticus Maximus's combined form. But the problem was that was the Japanese name for the character.
So I'm still technically correct.
You are technically correct. Because here in the US, he was known as Blight. and he was the green / yellowish tank.
Green, yellow, what's the difference other than, them being different colors?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, the elevator finally works. Now we can finally face off against Doku. Welcome to the palace, motherfucker! Looks just like the sky outside my own palace. I'm pretty sure this is just what every hellish palace looks like. Oh yeah, I forgot, he's got Rachel. Bruh, you can't just drop her like that. She's delicate property. Sorry, not property. That came out wrong. Sorry, I'm flustered by her beauty.
Hello, beautiful.
I saw her first.
I love how he sounds like almost like Darth Vader.
He's very Darth Vader inspired. Except if he were a samurai.
Yeah. You said that he's actually just a demonic spirit inhabiting the armor.
The armor is his body.
Oh, okay.
And the flames inside of him is like his insides.
So he's literally just a spirit house.
He's a walking suit of samurai armor that can talk.
Okay, so basically, yeah, it's like I was just gonna say he kind of reminds me of the Makuta from Bionicle, where they're literally just gaseous beings housed inside of armor in order to keep them safe, because they're like in Bionicle, almost everything in their universe is biomechanical. Not the Makuta. They evolved beyond that to become more gaseous. And apparently, from what lore states, if the gaseous form were to escape the armor in any way, shape, or form, they dissipate and die. So
I'm gonna turn up the capture card volume a bit because it's a little quiet.
Yeah.
It's not gonna sound that way on stream because that uses a different output. But for our call.
Oh yeah. The fail protector.
Like, I like that he has like a flange effect over his voice that makes him sound more ethereal.
Yeah.
I'm also a guitarist, so I just like flanger effects. Flangers and phasers are some of my favorite guitar effects. That and wahs. That's why I've got a wah pedal and a flanger pedal. Not a flanger pedal, a phaser pedal. I don't have a flanger pedal, but I have a flanger effect built into my amp. I play the guitar, rad. I'm out of practice. I need to start taking lessons again. Luckily, there's a music and art store near me that offers lessons.
I trust they are affordable.
I haven't looked into it, but I'm pretty sure they are. They'll be cheaper than School of Rock, which is where I got, like, my most extensive guitar lessons, where that was, like, $200 a month.
Yeah. Oh, geez, yeah.
Because they also, like, put you in a live band and have you perform live. I have a recording of that, but it's privated on my YouTube channel. Because it shows me IRL. I sent you the link to it. You could view it.
Yeah.
But anyone else that doesn't have the link can't.
Right.
I don't want that to be my face reveal.
No, of course not. That's also...
I say that as if I haven't shown my face before I became Arikado.
But yeah, it's like for the select few. Only a select few know your true face.
That impale looks suggestive. Yeah, he was grabbing us and shoving his big, long sword all the way through us.
But yeah,
the way that Ryu was having, the spasms during it.
Only a select few ever really know your true face. And honestly, the same goes for me. Like, I'm trying to...
I say all this as if, like, I'm actively trying to hide my face for, like, you know, any sort of legitimate reason. Nah, it's just because I just don't like taking pictures of myself or like being on camera. That's why I'm a VTuber.
That's which is totally fair. Me, I'm trying to like limit the amount of actual visualization of my true face. Just because I am trying to limit and increase my anonymity on the internet. So I'm trying to decrease the amount of IRL pictures that are being posted.
Oh shit,
everywhere.
I forgot to equip the sword. Holy shit. I was trying to fight him with the spear gun. Fuck. I'm trying to fight him like he's a whale. You know my middle name, but you'll never tell. Do you know my middle name? I can't remember. I honestly can't remember.
I know your middle
You
name,
do, of
but,
course. I'm talking about Mega Man Burger. I can't remember if
know,
I've
I'm
told
just
him my
saying.
middle name.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm just like.
That's a
I'm
good
like,
question.
Thinking, like,
We may be able to locate another energy emission from the Wada womb. When we find that meteor, we'll find Dr. Wowie.
he doesn't actually know your middle name.
Okay. This is supposedly one of the easier fights in the game, but it always gives me trouble. Then again, I've never claimed to be good at Ninja Gaiden Black. It was a reference to Anton Blast. I haven't played Anton Blast yet. Or Pizza Tower. Haven't played either of those yet. They're not directly related to each other, but they're both inspired by the Wario Land series.
I've also got an idea for when whenever Furry manages to get me that Switch dock up here, because I know he's planning for October. I doubt it'll be here sooner. But I have an idea where to put it, since I like playing on my Switch in my room. Just having to go out to the back sitting room to put it on the charge. It's a pain in the fucking ass if you ask me, but I'm a lazy fuck. What can I say? Mega Man Burger says he thinks you'll like Anton Blast, especially because the villain.
Okay. You recently finished it? I've heard good things about it. I just haven't played it yet, because money.
Yeah.
I didn't get as much money this month because I owed some to my mom. Long story about what I mean by not getting money this month. So like I got $100 in cash this month, and then like, I paid off the rest of my model, and I also picked up Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Which is quickly becoming my preferred way to play Ninja Gaiden 2. I might just skip over the OG Ninja Gaiden 2 and Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 when it comes to this Ninja Gaiden retrospective and go straight to Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
Do it.
Because it's like a good middle ground between the difficulty and, like, extreme violence of OG Ninja Gaiden 2 with the, like, difficulty balance and extra content of Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, but also improved graphics due to being remastered in Unreal Engine 5. I'm gonna be here for a while, aren't I?
Probably.
My latest Ninja Gaiden VOD has 100% dislikes right now, which probably means it has 1 dislike and no likes, given my viewership.
Mm.
And I feel like that was because the entire session was just on one level.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
But
admittedly, that
it would've
wasn't the
been
best of my Ninja Gaiden streams, because I was very tired that day.
Yeah, but still, I mean, people. If anything, it would have been nice if the person commented. Hell, if it was
On the
like,
bright side, my PS1 Doom stream has already gotten over 100 views in only, like, 2 days.
oh, nice,
So that tells me to do more PS1 Doom.
nice.
More Doom in general, because my Doom videos have been getting some pretty good viewership.
Oh, nice, including the Doom review.
I haven't put that up yet. I still need to record a lot of stuff for it, because I ended up, like... I need to record some more B-roll footage and my audio for it.
I mean,
Oh, I thought you meant the new Doom 2 review. The Doom 1 review only has 10 views.
Oh.
Because it was the first video I put up on my review channel. So, of course, it's not going to be all that big in the algorithm, because brand new channel.
Yeah. I hate the algorithm, but...
Yeah, but algorithms drive everything in our lives now, except for Blue Sky, which is why Blue Sky is amazing.
Yes, I agree. More sites need to be like Blue Sky. Ah, the failed protector of the Dark Blade.
Ah, I can counter that grab. I'm learning his stuff. I haven't played this far in a long time, so a lot of this is just me learning his attack patterns and how to deal with them. That's my justification for why I suck balls at this.
I love how you're like, oh, I can counter that. It's like, nope. I like how he's like, surprise, motherfucker!
I have a surprise motherfucker joke in my Doom 2 script. I have a lot of like I'm editing it more like, you know, I've been inspired by Melody No Surname recently. So I'm trying a new approach to my reviews instead of just going for analytical stuff. Cause, like, you know, I want to be educational, but I also want to be entertaining. And plus, who the fuck am I to be giving my, you know, educated journalistic opinion on these video games when, you know, I've never worked on a game myself. I don't know this shit. I'm kind of taking like a little bit of a Cat Icarus approach to this, where it's like, here's a game I want to show off and talk about, rather than I have to share my important opinion on whether you should play this or not, because as everyone knows, I am the arbiter of what games deserve to be played or not, and whether old games hold up or not. I'm also obviously inspired a lot by Mistress Dove, friend of the channel.
Nice.
With her approach to reviews by just, you know, going for a little bit of characterization to it instead of just focusing on the review angle.
Yeah.
Building a whole world around your reviews instead of just having it be, this is why this game is good or bad. That really, like, changed my approach to how I write this stuff. Meeting her and seeing her reviews. I've even got a specific video that I want her to make a cameo in that she's agreed to. It's just I haven't gotten to writing it yet.
Fair enough.
You know, not like I'm counting on her to be in it 100%. Just
No.
if she's still up for it.
Right.
All right, so Doku's defeated. And the Vigor Emperor has the Dark Dragon Blade.
I am your father.
Well, no, but this is the twist. The dragon lineage, which he's descended from, are descended from the same ancient being that the fiends descended from.
I gotta say, Rachel, right? I think it was her name.
Yes, Rachel. I already called dibs on her a long time ago. You can have Sonya, who appears in Ninja Gaiden 2 and is much more competent as an action heroine.
I mean, you know, Rachel is cute and all, I will say that.
And she's voiced by Tara Strong.
Yeah, but right now I say that she's just more so eye candy at the moment.
She's very much the eye candy of this game because she spends most of the game captured. You claim Momiji. You'll like Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which is what I'm going to cover after Ninja Gaiden Black, has some levels with Momiji in them. Because it carries over the extra stuff from Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. The only modern Ninja Gaiden game I won't be covering is, outside of, like, you know, multiple versions of the same game, is, Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword, because I need to find a good way to emulate that first, because it uses a really weird orientation for the Nintendo DS, where you hold it, like, horizontally instead of the way you usually would. Chapter 12, The Caverns. Although it appeared as though Ryu defeated Doku, his vengeance is still incomplete. The Dark Dragon is in the hands of the Holy Vigor Emperor. What will become of Rachel and her sister? Also, we get Doku's sword now. Not the Dark Dragon Blade. We only get that if we collect all of the scarabs, which I'm not going for. Yeah. I want to pull that lever.
So, if there's a Holy Vigor Empire, I'm guessing this is like a equivalent to the Holy Roman Empire.
I think it's like a mishmash of a whole bunch of different, like, authoritarian states throughout history, but its name definitely draws inspiration from the Holy Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Like, it's an isolationist country with you know, shoot on sight type borders, like North Korea.
So, kind of like North Korea. Yeah.
It draws a lot of, you've seen that has a lot of, like, you know, Egyptian architecture in its ruins. Hey, Kier, guess who's getting more snow? I'm guessing Benito Mussolini.
If only. If only.
No, I'm guessing Jackie Chan.
Again.
It's like that's what we're playing, right? That classic board game from Tim and Eric, It's Not Jackie Chan, where the whole point is to name stuff that's not Jackie Chan.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. I like that you put Bruce Lee L.I. because there were, like, you know, obviously Kier is familiar with all the Bruceploitation stuff, where it was like after Bruce Lee's death, you got a lot of like rip-offs of Bruce Lee movies with different actors that were trying to be the next Bruce Lee, and a lot of them were named Bruce Lee with the name spelled L.I.
Let's see.
That needs to be a stream. It's not Jackie Chan. We need to get a buzzer for to buzz whenever someone names something that is Jackie Chan.
I wonder if the I don't know. Do the sound effects that I play through the call do those come up on the stream or not? I don't know.
Yes, they do.
Then my suggestion is we one of us probably puts a like whoever has Nitro. One of us gets nitro and then puts the.
You see, first
buzzer
of all,
sound
we need to
effect
create the game in Tabletop Simulator, so we can have an
Fair
actual setup for it.
Yeah.
Then we'll think about like the sound effect stuff.
Good idea. Let's see, but
we also still need to do a
also-
Tabletop Simulator stream where, like, well, first of all, I need to get myself a copy of the Wayne's World VHS game so I can digitize the tape in its entirety outside of just the Wayne and Garth bits, and so I can get a good scan of the board so I can recreate the board in Tabletop Simulator, and then we'll get some people together to play the Wayne's World VHS game as Garth intended.
Yep. Also, I forgot to mention, I just bought a Humpty Dumpty toy from Aldi. It's brilliant. It comes with Aldi King's horses, and Aldi King's men.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. If you send me your copy of Fist of the North Star, could I check if they are lost media and digitize them? Absolutely. I won't be able to do, like, you know, the super fancy digitization that people do for VHS tapes, but the RetroTink has the RetroTink scaler that I use now has a setting. I say now, it's been a setting for a while, for digitizing old VHS tapes by making sure that it deinterlaces the video at the exact refresh rate that VHS tapes run at. So yeah, that would also be, you know, a good test of me digitizing these things. As long as we can confirm you have a possible lost media and can find it, then we both get our names in the lost media wiki. Hell yeah, brother! I would love to have contributed something important to lost media preservation and be credited for it. Because, like, for those of you that don't know, the Fist of the North Star movie has an uncensored cut that has uncensored gore. That is lost media, although some scenes from it have shown up, allegedly, on Italian VHS releases, but we've only seen screen caps of those uncensored versions. No one's been able to track down the specific release that claims to be uncensored, because we don't know for sure if that's really where it's from.
Ah. You got Mega Man Burger's attention?
Fist of the North Star mentioned? Yep. There's been, like, for years now, at least a decade now, not active, but, like, ongoing lost media search for the uncensored version of the Fist of the North Star movie from the 80s. Because in all official releases that are out now that we know of, the gore is at least to some degree censored. You heard about the uncensored Italian movie? Yeah. Allegedly, the some Italian VHS release of it is uncensored, but no one's been able to track down that specific release. And Kier here remembers not seeing any censored gore in the VHS copy that he has somewhere in storage. So he's trying to find his copy and see if it is uncensored or if it's just him misremembering. Because he's a big Fist of the North Star fan and wants this to be found. It's on your shelf you're looking at now. Oh, you finally found it then! Yeah, I'll just need to get a VCR as well to hook up to it. I want to try and get a VCR that has S-video output so it will be higher quality video to work with. The censored version is still pretty gory, though, but, you know, some scenes had a filter over it. Yeah, certain extremely gory scenes had various blur and pixelization filters over them to obscure the gore. You just don't trust your current VCR. You last used it like 27 years ago. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of VCRs is like with age, the parts wear down and they become more prone to eating the tape.
Yeah.
Like, I need to get a good quality, reliable VCR that outputs with S-Video. I've forgotten how to do this puzzle, by the way.
Oof.
And then you can send me the tape, and I'll digitize it, and we'll see if this is the fabled uncensored cut. And if it is, we'll upload it to the Internet Archive.
Excellent.
If anything, you'll send me like an old copy of Thomas the Tank Engine to test it with. That's a good idea. That is a very good idea. Something that you're not worried about getting destroyed. You're worried, but the episodes are online for sure. Yeah, the only Thomas the Tank Engine bits of lost media are the work print slash director's cut of the Thomas the Tank Engine movie, which apparently had a lot of, which is, you know, if you've seen the Thomas the Tank Engine movie, Thomas and the Magic Railroad, you know it's kind of a mess. But allegedly the original director's cut is better. But the studio demanded reshoots. And, you know, you have to do what the studio says.
Of course.
But the only other piece of Thomas Lost Media is the very first TV adaptation of Thomas the Tank Engine. And that's Lost Media because it only aired once, and it aired in the 1950s, I believe. So, and it was aired on, I believe, BBC. And if you know anything about the BBC's archives, you know that's probably been destroyed by now.
Yeah. Just like a lot of lost. Just
like
lost
way too much old Doctor Who is permanently lost because the BBC would just wipe over used tapes because they thought there was no point in archiving their TV shows.
Yeah, boy, were they wrong.
Yeah. That, for the record, the reason why there's no Monty Python lost media is because when Monty Python were working on their TV show, as part of their contract, they got the rights to their master tapes, so the BBC wouldn't be able to wipe over them.
Nice.
Yeah, from what we've read, from what little archival stuff we have of that first Thomas adaptation, it was an adaptation of a specific story from the Railway series books that spawned Thomas the Tank Engine. And it was done with model trains like they would end up doing in the full TV series. But it was shot live and aired live. And the model train sets were not set up properly, so they kept derailing. And at one point in the broadcast, you could see an engineer reach their hand on camera to put a train back on its track.
Oh boy.
Just completely destroying the illusion.
Of course.
I think I know what I'm supposed to do here. I think I do.
You think you do?
I'm not sure, but I think I do.
You think.
I think.
You think. Gotcha.
I think.
Well, think faster. Either think harder or think faster. One or the other.
What about better and stronger? So I can think harder, better, faster, stronger. Do I need to spell it out for you? Because I'm not a speller. I didn't have a spelling bee at my school. We had a geography bee.
And here I thought you weren't a geographerologist, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I'm not a geographist. That's why I didn't win the geography bee. Also, if we end up finding you have the uncensored version, Discotek Media, for redistribution, that depends on if Discotek Media can get the distribution rights for it from Toei. And also, you know, if we were to hand it off to Discotek Media, they would have better quality tools for remastering it for like a potential Blu-ray release. There's a company called Vinegar Syndrome that specializes in HD remasters of movies that, one, are obscure B movies, and two, are not available with high quality sources. So they'll do like HD VHS transfers. They should hire you for Joggy if they want to redub it. No. Keep the original dub. We have to keep that 80s cheese intact. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I was wrong, folks. Let's reset this. IDK, who you'd want to voice if they were to remake the series if you were asked? Wouldn't you want to voice Rao? Or Roa, however his name is pronounced? I'm not a North Star aficionado. I don't know the character names apart from Kenshiro. And I know that there's an anime exclusive character named after the lead singer from Sekimatsu, who's also modeled after him, named Kogure. Ray is your fave next to Rao, but you couldn't do them justice. Okay, that is awesome that you're willing to admit I love the character, but I don't think I could pull off the voice properly, instead of I just want to voice them because I like the character.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're so humble here.
That's the thing with me. With me and Megatron on most projects. Like on most of the projects, I like to voice Megatron, and I think I could do an okay voice. But depending on like how things play out, I may actually relinquish the role of Megatron to somebody else on the comic dub, depending on how things play out.
Yeah, I get you. That was me with my old Sonic 06 dub that only got one episode in, because it was hard to get a hold of everybody.
Right.
I wanted to voice Shadow, but I wasn't sure if I was the best choice for Shadow, so I ended up not voicing him. Because if you know anything about me, you know that Shadow's my favorite Sonic character.
Yeah. I mean, I think now you could actually do him justice.
Yeah, I can do him justice now that I've worked on several different takes on Shadow.
Yeah.
I ended up voicing Eggman in that dub, where I went for a little bit of a mix of Long John Baldry and Dean Bristow.
Hmm.
That's sick. Thanks. I also auditioned for Mephiles. I say auditioned. I was the one deciding on the casting, but I gave it to JKR because I liked his take on it. Although nowadays, if I were to redo a Sonic 06 dub, I would probably voice both Shadow and Mephiles to have that aspect of Mephiles being, you know, an evil impersonator of Shadow. Um, and I would cast JKR as Eggman in this case.
It's no use! Pull back! Pull back! Pull back!
Because this is a much more like sinister and theatrical Eggman than we usually get.
Again, on me, very sinister and very theatrical.
You're guessing you'd be Silver? I don't know who I'd have voice Silver. Silver's a hard character to cast, because, like, even in the games, they haven't found a perfect voice for Silver yet. Mostly because they haven't given Silver anything to do.
Yeah.
Getting to voice Eggman is a W for you. Thank you. I know that this set, a lot of people are going to be fast forwarding through this section when they see the VOD, and I don't blame them because
yeah,
I've done this section before. It's just I haven't played this far in the game in a long time, so I've forgotten how you're supposed to do this.
But yeah, honestly, I would love to voice Mephiles with the way I presented you with the voice take. But if you have a different intention in mind, I'm not going to argue because it's your project.
Yeah,
it would be your project. I wouldn't argue. I would just be like, whatever. Yeah. Besides, honestly, me playing Eggman was kind of what I wanted to do originally in the original production anyway. But I didn't get cast as Eggman back then.
You want to do a .hack GU fandom? No, I want to do a .hack GU like improv fandom, like a Snapcube take on it.
Oh, speaking of fan dubs, I actually wanted to bring this up to you, Ari, because I don't remember if I asked you specifically this, but I've been considering doing a fan dub of the Japanese G1 trilogy series, so Headmasters, Master Force, and Victory.
The problem with that is those were made by Toei, so good luck uploading those anywhere.
Oh, fuck, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Like I said, I'm not saying don't try it. I'm saying be very cautious about where you upload it.
I would think probably putting them on a Discord server would be a good idea because, like I said, there is a group of voice actors that I follow. I don't follow them like religiously, but I've got a friend who works with them called Numbskulls. And they did a lot of they've been doing like a lot of abridged series, so they have like an Overlord abridged and everything. But because I'm obviously, they don't, it's put in an archive. So obviously what happened was they probably got copyright struck constantly by whatever anime company owns Overlord. Then basically they figure, you know what, Discord's a thing. We could just upload the Discord and just allow people to join the Discord for free to watch. They just can't comment or anything, but they can react.
If we were to do a .hack improv, who would I like to voice who? The obvious answer for me is Haseo. But honestly, I think I'd really like to voice Entrance. I like my flamboyant femboys.
Now, here's a question for you. If we were to do that, and if I were, in on the project, not saying I am, not saying I wouldn't, just a big if, hypothetically, who would I voice? Who would you want me to voice?
I'm not sure because there's a lot of characters in .hack GU.
That's fair.
So we'd probably have to have people voicing multiple characters.
Understandable.
There's another femboy also with the fans. You don't remember his excuse me there. Oh yeah, Hiragi. Hiragi, yeah. Her name, not their name. Remember, Hiragi identifies as a woman. Hiragi's one of the girls. You went neutral with it. Yeah, I get you. Trying to go for like gender neutrality, gender neutral pronouns just to be safe. But Hiragi always refers to herself with female pronouns. Not to say that like they intended Hiragi to be trans, because I don't think they were thinking that far ahead. But Hiragi always refers to herself with female pronouns. So I'm like, you know what? I'll respect that, even if she is a piece of shit. Which, you know, is the right thing to do.
Yeah. Ow.
The wheels are turning in my head. I'm starting to figure stuff out. I think. Also, it's partly that like I slept like it's not that I slept bad last night. It's that I overslept.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
You know who you'd like to be cast in the show, and that's Matsu. I can't remember Matsu. Then again, it's been a long time since I played .hack GU, and like I said, lots of characters in that.
But yeah, on the
actually, now that I think about it, I know someone that you would naturally be a good fit for, even though he hasn't been introduced in my playthrough yet. But I know someone that like your voice is naturally a good fit for, and is also a very theatrical character.
I assume you're talking to me and not Kier.
Yes, I'm talking to you, JKR.
Okay, I was trying to be sure.
Heroes the Third.
Heroes the Third.
He is one of the programmers for the world, and he also plays himself as like a chivalrous knight, and he's like one of the few role players in this MMORPG.
Oh wow.
Well, he's not a programmer, he's one of the graphic artists. So he's on a hunt for Tri-Edge, because Tri-Edge is defacing all the beautiful graphics that he worked on.
Nice.
Yeah, he's also an OG member of the first 4 games where he played Pyros. Pyros the Third is his newest character. And he's voiced in the dub by our boy Darren Norris. Doing a voice not too dissimilar to Cosmo. But nowhere near as squeaky as Cosmo would end up getting in later episodes.
Let's see what else. But yeah, if we were to do a fan dub of the Japanese G1 trilogy series, like hands down, I would have you as Soundwave / Sound Blaster, Ari.
Soundwave / Sound Blaster. I'd also like to give a shot at pun intended, at Six Shot.
I can see you for Six Shot, but I can also kind of see Kier.
Like my Six Shot take would be based on his voice in the PS2 game that I need to get back to streaming sometime, where he's like, He's like, my name's Six Shot. You know, kind of deep and gruff voice.
Yeah. I can see
He's
that,
also
yeah.
voiced by the guy that voiced Sigma in Mega Man X7.
Let's see what else. Trying to think, who else would I like?
I'd also give my own take. I know that Triptychon appears at least a little bit. I'd give a take on Triptychon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if
X7 Sigma is different. X7's dub was done by a Japanese, just like they did in X8. It was you know, English speaking voice actors that were living in Japan at the time. But yeah, X7 Sigma goes for a much more of like almost like a Dr. Claw-ish voice, but with, you know, some actual tonality to it instead of just sort of all gravel.
Hey, Shadow Dragon.
It's hard. Hey, Shadow Dragon. Yeah, it's hard to like really nail down to describe what Sigma sounds like in the English dub of X7 because the sound mixing is so bad that he constantly gets drowned out by the music.
Like, yeah.
But
like,
yeah, X7's Sigma is very different to the X4 Sigma and the X8 Sigma and the Maverick Hunter X Sigma.
Well, yeah, like, honestly, another character I think you would be good for, Ari, would be Scorponok.
Oh, yeah. Fortress Maximus has come himself. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah. As for Triptychon, I don't, like I said,
I'm not sure what voice I would go with for Scorponok. I'd have to experiment a bit.
Yeah. For Triptychon, like I said, I don't know.
For Triptychon, it depends on like whether you want like the one that I got cast with in a dub that never ended up happening, as is often the case. Where I did like a Fred Tatashiore inspired voice.
Oh yeah, from the War for Cybertron game, yeah.
From War for Cybertron, or I could go for like, you know, a more G1 voice where it's like, where's Metroplex? You said there'd be Metroplex.
And the thing is, like, again, as I've been trying to say, I don't know if Triptychon. No, it's not your fault. It's just the way the call is. But for Triptychon, I have to see if Triptychon actually has any spoken dialogue in the show. Because if he doesn't, then, you know, I'm going to probably have a kaiju-esque voice, not kaiju-esque voice, kaiju-esque sound playing for him whenever he, you know, opens his mouth. But again, I have to see because I have not watched Headmasters all the way through.
Headmasters gets weird with like having the tapes talk, for example.
Yeah, it's weird. I like for a lot of the cassettes, I would not have them talk. Like I would try to keep them.
Well, you still need to, like, when you're doing a dub, you still need to work with what base material you have.
Well, yeah, but I've seen footage. Someone else on YouTube actually dubbed the scene of Soundwave being
you mean
the Sound Blaster.
You mean it's been a while.
Well, no, not that. Someone else did something better, actually.
I'm joking. I'm joking about like how new Soundwave sounds in that scene.
No, not new Soundwave. But
Soundwave has been rebuilt, and he now has changed his name to New Soundwave.
Yeah, but with that, the guy actually replaced the spoken dialogue for.
Is the game supposed to be muted? No one told me that the game was muted this whole time.
The fuck?
I will fix that.
Shit.
I'll put thanks for pointing that out, but guys in chat, especially my mods, you're supposed to be telling me if the console audio is muted.
Yeah, Kier, you're in the chat.
You didn't even know if there's been no sound this entire stream, and I didn't know that because the audio I'm hearing on my end is different to the audio that's coming out on the stream's end.
You never noticed.
Mega Man Burger, you get away with it because I like you and because you're not a mod. You're not supposed to help me run my stream.
Yeah.
It's chat's fault, not mine.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Shadow Dragon, for pointing that out. But,
No, like some parts in some puzzles have softened or muted for focus. This game's always got background music, my dude. You don't have this game, so you don't know. I mean, you should at least hear, like, you know, his jumping sounds.
Yeah.
And now you know.
Yeah,
And knowing is half the battle. The other half is war crimes.
But yeah, so, like, this guy actually, not only did he completely redub, he redid the dialogue for the episode, or at least for that scene, and he replaced any spoken dialogue by Rat-Bat.
Hey, hold on, I just figured out why I have to do. Okay, I get it now. You're also drinking and looking up traditional Irish folk tunes. I know if you're looking up traditional Irish folk tunes and just looking for that kind of music, I know a song you would really like that was actually sort of a one-hit wonder in the 90s. It's called The Mummers Dance by Lorena McKinnon. There's two versions of it. There's the one that she prefers is done in the style of, like, you know, a traditional medieval jig. And then the version that became a one-hit wonder is a dance remix of it. That's not like, you know, EDM techno, but it's more like, you know, adding a bit of a dance beat underneath the pre-existing instruments. But yeah, look up The Mummers Dance by Lorena McKinnon. You randomly clicked and you love it. I told you you'd like it. And if you don't know what a mummer is, it's basically another word for a jester. Nothing to do with mummies, sadly.
Oh, so by that, with that logic, then I guess I am a mummer.
Yes, you would be considered a mummer.
I do this.
But what do you do? The answer?
This.
I am apologies in advance to the people watching the VOD, all like 5 of you. One, for having the audio muted for so long, and 2, for taking this long to figure out such a simple puzzle. There's also a song you heard called Tir na Nog, and you're getting inspiration. Isn't Tir na Nog something in Celtic folklore? I know there was a show inspired by Irish folklore called Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog. It was basically what if Power Rangers was Celtic. And made in Ireland.
Hydrate, you bastard.
By Saban.
Hydrate.
Yes, I'll hydrate. Hydration achieved.
Excellent.
You haven't heard... Well, I'm not surprised you haven't heard of Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog. It wasn't a big success, and it's never gotten an official home media release, but you can watch it online for free unofficially, because Saban has abandoned the trademark on it.
Muramasa, the owner of the weapon shop and a world-renowned swordsmith, is looking for you. It seems that something is bothering him so much that he cannot sleep at night.
BRB, I'm gonna go refill my water.
Okay. Tiranonog translates literally to Land of the Young in Irish, referring to a mythical Celtic otherworld in Irish mythology where people experience eternal youth and beauty. It's considered a paradise-like realm where time stands still. Oh, so it's basically Celtic Valhalla. Gotcha. Also, Muramasa wants to give us something. I wonder what it could be. It's probably a weapon. Celtic Woman also has a lot of good songs if you want to relax and focus with. I'll look into that. I do like me some, like, due to my music appreciation class, I've been getting into medieval and Celtic songs. Not specifically Celtic, but, like, you know, that kind of medieval, type music to be, in general. I like the music appreciation class I've been taking. It's been opening my eyes to new genres of music throughout, Western history. Because it's, the only thing that's, like, kind of a bummer about this music appreciation course is that, it only focuses on Western music, which you know, it's a bummer, but I understand. It's only an 8-week class. There's only so much you can teach about the history of music in 8 weeks. Definitely healing, because if I die here, I have to go back and fight Doku. You need to make a focus playlist. I need to make a focus playlist too. What I've really been vibing with lately, thanks to that channel that we raided last night, Marken. It's either Marken or Merchen. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. The VTuber DJ that we raided last night. She does a lot of streams where she does like 7+ hour playlists of 80s goth and new wave music, and that's why I've been listening to a lot of lately, because like my extent of new wave is like mostly Talking Heads, but I've been listening to stuff like Falco, Tears for Fears, you know, that kind of stuff. You've also been listening to new metal because of the Devil May Cry trailer. Okay, but the funny thing is, one of the videos that's been getting recommended by the algorithm that came out 15 years ago was a Devil May Cry AMV set to Rollin' by Limp Bizkit. And it's been getting recommended to people now of all times after 15 years of just sitting there in algorithm purgatory because of the Devil May Cry trailer. DMC does what Nintendo don't. Yeah, they put out awesome soundtracks that you can listen to without having to use a specific app that only plays that music. I still think it's stupid that Nintendo would rather isolate their music to a single Nintendo specific app rather than just put their music on fucking Spotify like everyone else.
Or even Amazon Music, for that matter.
Yeah. The app sucks, by the way. I'm not surprised. It's a Nintendo app. So I went into it expecting it to be kind of shit.
That's right, you slaughter those fiends.
Yeah, if we got a message from Ayane saying that Muramasa wants to give Ryu something back at his shop. So we have to go back there before we go after the Holy Vigor Emperor. And also, if I die here, I have to go back and fight Doku because of the lack of save points.
Ah, shit.
And then I have to do that puzzle again.
Well, it should be easy for you now.
It would be easy if I had a photographic memory instead of a doodle memory. I think these enemies are infinitely spawning, so I'll just get out of here. You just use YouTube to listen to music anyway. I would if it weren't for the fact that I'm not willing to pay for a YouTube Premium subscription so I can listen to YouTube music with like stuff minimized while I'm driving. I rarely pay for any streaming services except for like Netflix and Hulu.
It is said that near the Palace of Zarkon Waterfall, there is an entrance to a cave that is rumored to connect to the greatest depths of Zarkon.
Thank you, Ayane. Also, having played a bit of vanilla Ninja Gaiden now, damn it. Well, guess we're going back.
Crap.
A few inches later.
All right, now let's go back here and go back to Muramasa's shop and get whatever it is he wants to give. Hopefully it's not something horrible. Well, this is Muramasa, not Master Roshi. They're both multi-centennial old men, but Muramasa's not a skeevy pervert
Near the Palace of Zarkon.
like Master Roshi is.
Yeah.
You know, given that this is in the Dead or Alive universe, they very easily could have made Muramasa a Master Roshi type, and I'm glad that they didn't. Because given that this is Dead or Alive, which, to its own detriment, in depending on who you ask, prides itself on fan service. Let's go in the shop, see what he has for us.
Welcome.
You're still open?
Do you
Of course.
close up shop over something like this? What can I help you with? I have been wondering, what is that sword you are using? Ah, let me see. Ah, this is a fine example of one of the swords of the dragon, carved out of a dragon's fang. It has the potential for unfathomable spirit power. But this sword alone will not do. There is a place to fit a jewel here, you see? A curved jewel carved out of a dragon's eye. with it in the right hands, this sword will prove more than a match for the Dark Dragon blade.
The Dark Dragon?
Of course I know of it. I have seen and heard of all manner of swords, both ancient and new, from east and from west. Now, if only we can find the dragon's eye.
Thank you, Muramasa. That's actually some helpful information. Also, we get our next thing from him for trading in scarabs. A great spirit elixir. We're not gonna get anything, like, really all that big until, like, we get towards the end of our scarab collecting. And it also depends on what difficulty you're playing on, I think. I don't know, I can't remember. I know that, like, one of the last things you get is a cartridge to go in that arcade machine all the way back in the bar from towards the beginning of the game. And in Ninja Gaiden Black, it lets you play the original arcade Ninja Gaiden. But in vanilla Ninja Gaiden, it lets you play the NES versions of Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3. And in Ninja Gaiden Sigma, they just took out the arcade machine. So you get nothing.
You lose. Good day,
Good
sir.
day, sir! Alright, now that we can make some actual progress, hopefully, I feel like now's a good time for, like, we had our educational content last night with Frog Fractions, but I feel like, you know, since I've given you guys some relationship advice, I feel like I should give you some life advice too. Because I'm someone that's lived a long and interesting life, so I feel like I've got a lot of wisdom that I can pass on to a lot of the younger viewers that I seem to have attracted. Life tip of the day from Lord Arikado. Don't flash your headlights at a car without a license plate on it, or else you'll get shot by gangsters.
Here's another pro tip from even with slightly older JKR. Aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Did you learn that from a wise dragon?
Yes, I did.
Good, cause pretty soon I'll be dragging these nuts.
You're asking for it, you know that, right?
Please, not too hard, sir. Ooh, woo.
Hate you.
Nice, a horse.
The oldest of us all fuck that person, but don't actually do it. You'll catch something. It's like one of my favorite Bob Saget bits from one of his old stand-up specials. May he rest in peace. Where, like, he says, fuck that shit. Then he's like, actually, boys and girls, don't fuck that shit. You'll get an infection.
The redeems are backed up again.
Are the redeems backed up?
Not necessarily, just the notifications are backed up.
Yeah, because the Twitch alerts can only play them one at a time. So they have to go in sequence.
Just saying, it just takes them like half a minute to actually.
Yeah, it's because you guys redeemed like 3 things back to back. They went through, but nothing happened. Oh, you did throw something at me, and the thing that threw was a party popper. And the bonk went through.
Yeah,
and the horse went through.
I saw that.
And the tertiary just went through. The card gauge curse. So, as far as I can tell, they all went through.
Yeah, they went through. Everything went through.
When you throw something at my face, it chooses from a random selection of items that I have installed, one of which was the party popper that went off. You guys are having fun with the redeems because we're kind of in a little bit of downtime here, right?
No!
Don't lie to me.
Said that near the palace of
Don't you lie to me.
Me? Lie? Why would I ever lie to you? You're my best friend. Why would I lie to my best friend? Absolutely not. I would never lie to my best friend. Absolutely not. Never. Never in 100,000,000 years. Nope, 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 nope. Never would lie to you. None.
Meanwhile, I love lying. I lie all the time, especially lying down. Joke's on you, I love this song.
I'll lie and hurt you.
With the sauce.
Palace of Zark.
No, more sauce.
All the sauce. We gotta need the Warhammer for this. Yep, I knew I was gonna need the Warhammer for that. And that'll be the last time I use the Warhammer, probably.
Sex explosion.
Sex explosion? I'm sorry. Not that I'm against an explosion of sex, but...
Fuck? Was that supposed to be Mega Man Burger?
Ah! Okay. I get ya. You just had to cream pie me, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to clip that because the timing was perfect. I can go AFK so I can concentrate on the clipping.
Yeah, I get ya. Lord is risen today, hallelujah. Sons of men and angels say, hallelujah. It's your voice in triumph's voice, hallelujah. Voice and when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Whip. Some more. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling, as a bell bing, more. Tick-tick-tick, say, some more. Scrum scream, some more. Shines, it's your and your. When you know that you can, some more. It's me, but you see back in old Monopoly. That's amore. Gotta remember the throat clear at the end to get that full John Dacre experience.
Yeah, I just had to ask.
Yes. I mean, hey, you guys all witnessed me getting cream pied multiple times in the face. That's not what a cream pie is, but still.
Let's see.
Okay, we've reached a good save point at least, so I won't have to go back too far if I die.
Hi, Billy Mays here.
Because I forgot all about this ice caverns part.
See you, Shadow Dragon.
Have a good night, Shadow Dragon. Sorry for the silence there. Just kind of trying not to die too soon again after how many times I've died tonight. This is the Dark Souls of Ninja Gaiden games. How about you just say the game is hard instead of comparing it to Dark Souls? Dark Souls didn't invent hard games, journalists. In fact, Dark Souls didn't even invent the concept of a Souls game. That would be Demon Souls. You need to play Sekiro or something. Sekiro's interesting because there technically is still the online component of, like, you know, sharing messages with each other, but it doesn't have the invasion mechanic, and as a result, changes up a lot of the gameplay, because you don't have to worry about, you know, a player invading your world and giving you a bad time. But that also means you can't call in other people to help you. You don't like the invasion thing, honestly. Well, the way that you don't get... The invasion thing's supposed to be like a risk-reward thing. Because the only way you can be invaded is if you have full humanity. But every time you die, you're reduced to, you know, you lose your humanity. Like, if you're not at full humanity, then you can't be invaded. But that also means you can't call for help, and you can't go to other players' worlds. And you also, I believe, gain less experience. So there's like a risk-reward thing to the humanity mechanic. It's an interesting concept. That doesn't mean I like how it plays. But it's interesting that they put some risk-reward there in whether you stay hollowed or whether you know, risk opening yourself to invasion. So you can get some help. You're just stuck, so you're gonna just suck, so you would do the full experience for the lulz. Okay, so you're gonna do, like, you're gonna stay hollowed the whole time, I guess. You can still use your soapstone to summon, or at least the soapstone that Sunbro gives you to summon him. But you need to remember that if he dies, you can't summon him ever again. Alright, we got the final piece of the stone tablet. Yeah, I'm not particularly good at Souls-likes. I'm trying to learn, you know, the basics of them before I think about streaming any of them. Because for the longest time, I wrote off Dark Souls as, like, just hard for the sake of being hard. But no, there is actual strategy to it. And as with any game that has actual strategy to it, there is ways to exploit the way that the game is built. And 9 times out of 10, it's dodge rolling. Don't bother with parrying, just dodge roll. That's how you viewed it, and honestly, it's an interesting video idea talking about your experience and how your mind has changed. Yeah, it's something I've thought about doing, but I want to at least complete a Souls game before I do that. So I can have, like, you know, some concrete thoughts on the entire experience instead of just being, you know, the journey to get there. Like, one of the things that I found for Dark Souls 1, at least, that helped me was, something that was pointed out in Some Call Me Johnny's old review of the original Dark Souls, where, he ended up going off the beaten path in, the Undead Parish, which is, like, the area that the game kind of leads you to at the beginning. He used some, like, cheese strategies to, beat a powerful, but not, like, super powerful enemy called a Black Knight, and he got its sword, which is a good sword to get you through the early parts of the game, because not only does it not take, too many levels to, you know, it doesn't take too much, grinding to get yourself to a point where you can wield it. Its effectiveness scales with your dexterity, I believe. So if you start putting your points into dexterity, that sword starts getting increasingly powerful and could stay a viable weapon for you to use for a good chunk of the game towards the beginning, before you start getting, like, a lot more powerful stuff. Let me know when and if I do it. We could possibly promote each other's videos. That's not gonna be for a while. I have made some progress in a Dark Souls playthrough, but I can't remember which system it was on. Oh, I didn't know that Kitetsu had that attack. I don't know how I did it. Damn. But, I've rung the first of the 2 bells, so I'm a good chunk of the way through the game. I just need to make sure I'm going the right way. It's very much you know, a lot of people, you would think it's a game that people would shit on you for needing a guide, but actually people highly recommend that you look up guides on, like, how to progress, because the whole thing is built around the community helping each other through hints, and looking at wikis and walkthroughs and stuff like that is a good way to get you started. And that's what I did. Just an idea for later. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before I think about tackling something like Dark Souls for a review. I'm trying to get a good way through, like, the Doom saga first before I take on something as big as, like, a retrospective on Dark Souls. Alright, we got 38 scarabs. And I'll buy another one of these and some more of these.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
You can go with this, or you can go with that. The door stands firmly shut. I have to go this way. I see, said the blind man to his deaf wife. Ah! Nobody said there'd be dinosaurs in the ice cavern. Or, I guess we're in the fire cavern now, but still. Nobody said there'd be dinosaurs.
Do you blame our schools?
No, I blame the meteor for missing these ones.
Watch, these are dinosaurs that were pulled into hell and turned into fiends.
Well, I mean, these are a kind of fiend.
Oh. They're dinos that sinned. Okay, let's go with that. They're dinosaurs that sinned, and they ended up in hell.
So instead of
that's what they
Shin
look like.
Godzilla, there's Sin Godzilla.
Precisely.
Drakes? No, these are not drakes. Drakes are four-legged, these are bipedal. You're gonna lane your beanbag that you're gonna throw out this coming Friday. Why are you throwing out your beanbag? Other than the fact that beanbags, despite, you know, being a cool idea to have in your setup, they're actually not that comfortable to sit on for extended periods.
Yeah, I've done that.
I think we've all done that at some point.
I sat in a beanbag chair at least once while I was staying at a friend's place, and I had a hard ass time getting my ass out of that.
I had the most uncomfortable beanbag as a kid because the exterior of it was made out of denim.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
All right, we've smelted something. And as you know, as they say, he who smelt it, dealt it.
I could go for some smelt right about now.
So you're confirming that you dealt it.
No, I'm saying that I could go for some smelt, as in the fish. That's a thing. I'm not confirming anything.
But is Half-Life 3 confirmed? The answer is no. Half-Life 3 is never fucking coming out.
I was like, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
It's a joke about, like, people thinking that any minor thing confirms Half-Life 3 being in development. It's a joke in the Valve community. I'm not part of that community, so I don't entirely get it, other than the fact that, like, Half-Life 2 got 2 expansions called Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and it was supposed to get Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3, but it ends at Episode 2 on a cliffhanger. And it's been, I think, 20 years It's been 20 years this year since Half-Life 2 came out. But I think Episode 2 came out in 2007. So it's been, like, almost 20 years since that cliffhanger happened, and there's still been no confirmation of it ever being resolved. And I'm like, Valve fans, I feel your pain. I'm a Mega Man Legends fan. I've been waiting almost 30 years now for a conclusion to a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Valve can't count the 3 meme. That one is because, like, by complete coincidence, before Valve just kind of gave up on developing games in favor of being a game distributor through Steam, all of the series that they were working on at that time ended at their second installment. Like, Portal never got a third game. Half-Life never got a third game. Left 4 Dead never got a third game. So that's where the Valve can't count to 3 joke comes from. Like, just by complete coincidence, Valve stopped developing games on the second installment for all of them. And that's why an old friend of mine who I'm not like really friends with anymore, just kind of stopped talking to him because he was like going some problematic places. had a joke that I really liked was like Valve hasn't made a third installment for any of these because they're going to announce a game that is one game that acts as a third installment to every one of their franchises, and it's just going to be called 3. To prove that they can count to 3.
Oh, God. That's horrible.
All right, let's see what we smelt. The Cog of Vigor. Not to be confused with the Cock of Vigor. Which, you know, knowing what Vigor looks like, that scares me. That idea scares me. Anyways, time to fight this whatever it is.
No.
I say thou, monstrosity, do you know the times?
That's the Cock of Vigor. Game over. You lose.
What else is new? All right, time to fight the monstrosity again. I don't know what half of these enemies are called. Because I don't think there's like an in-game bestiary, unfortunately.
Yeah. But yeah, so when you said the Cog of Vigor, I'm thinking like, since when did the coalition of ordered governments fucking absorb the Vigorian Empire into its into its borders?
Well, I mean, after this game, Vigor's not going to be much of a thing.
Yeah, fair.
So that's how we're going to tie these two Xbox franchises into each other.
Glad to see that you actually got the reference.
I know that much about Gears of War. Although it kind of bugs me that it's called Gears of War when the faction is not called Gear, it's called Cog.
The soldiers are known as the Gears.
Okay. It also bugs me that because of Gears of War, it's hard to tell when someone uses the abbreviation GOW whether they're talking about Gears of War or God of War.
Or
considering God of War
yeah.
came first.
Yeah, I mean, Gears of War, despite, you know...
It's like how when someone says, "Oh yeah, I'm a big AC fan," it's like, are you talking about Animal Crossing? Are you talking about Assassin's Creed? Are you talking about Armored Core? Are you talking about air conditioning?
Yeah, right. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a big AC fan." Just
I'm a big metal fan. Watch me spin.
I thought you were a shapeshifter here.
Air conditioners, you're a big fan of them? No, seriously, you're a fan?
So you're saying
I'm a fan of air conditioners, too. I couldn't imagine living without an air conditioner.
Yeah, I love/hate air conditioners because while they do keep the this room cool during the summer, they do a number on the environment.
Well, it depends on what kind of air conditionings you're talking about. Like whether it's an air conditioning unit that you have to like set up manually or whether it's like integrated into the house.
Yeah, mine is actually a unit that I have to, shove in a window.
Yeah, I'm aware. I've stayed in a room that had that set up when I was staying with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I would love for you to come back up here, Ari, but, I know right now, I think times are tough for both of us.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, staying with you for that weekend was fun.
I would hope it is. I tried to make it as fun as I could.
Hey, despite the fact that
considering
really
how fucked up my sleep schedule was that weekend.
Honestly, dude.
That whole week, actually.
Yeah, despite the fact that we didn't really get to go out all that much, I'm just glad we were able to, hang out for as much as we did.
Despite the fact they are obviously grilled. Also, I meant to say about that picture of the mussels that you posted in my server last night.
Yeah.
You actually had steamed clams instead of steamed hams. So you didn't have to lie like Skinner did.
Yeah. Also, Kira, I appreciate it. I would love for you to cook for me and my mom. Also,
I'd love for you to cook for me too. I've heard you've talked about cooking for me so much that I would love to have that opportunity. I'd also like to do a little bit of a cultural exchange of giving you a bottle of cheer wine, like I let one of the first things that I did for JKR when he came down here was I let him taste some cheer wine, which is a North Carolina native drink. It's not wine, it's a cherry soda.
Which I will admit, it was okay at best for me, but then again, I'm not a big cherry fan.
Well, fine. I was gonna say I'll just start insulting RC Cola, but then I remember that came from the South too. North Carolina's two big drinks are cheer wine and Pepsi. They both came from North Carolina.
Oh, jeez.
So that's why you see a lot of local restaurants around here serving Pepsi products instead of Coke products.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know down in where Furred lives, I know that they're huge on Coke. Because
gee, I wonder why that doesn't surprise me, given what Furret does for a living.
Right? Here, at any point in time you manage to get out here to Chicago, I will subject you to the
casserole.
The masterpiece that is Chicago style pizza.
Yes, the casserole.
One of these days, I'd also like to have like authentic New York pizza rather than just having, quote unquote New York style, which is just people attempting to make it over here, but not doing a very good job, I think.
Yeah, it's not authentic New York style pizza unless it has enough grease on it to drown a rat. And if you don't have to like fold it up, if it's not like a thick enough slice that you have to fold it in half before you eat it.
The only place that I can think of that does that for pizza anywhere close to that would probably be Costco pizza because the slices they cut are just huge.
And if the cheese doesn't stretch when you take a bite.
Oh yeah, no. It
Like
doesn't
if the
do that,
cheese stretches when
unfortunately.
you take a bite, then you know it's authentic New York style pizza. I say as someone that's never been to New York.
Well, the same with Chicago style. Like, you know, I love me Chicago style pizza, especially when the cheese stretches. That's always the best.
I can feel the blockage building up just talking about all this cheese.
Oh god, we may die young, but we'll probably die happy because we ate such good food.
Yes.
But then there's the question though, Ari, can you die?
I could die, but I'll be reborn every 100 years.
Figures.
I am Lord of the Castle, which means that I am bound to it spiritually. What, did you think Dracula was the only one who could do that? He's not he wasn't even born a vampire.
No, I remember he was born mortal. Then he decided to, you know, give Christ the old fuck you and went to hell instead. Which I can't say I
That's
blame
not
him.
the plot of Lament of Innocence, but then again, I've never played Lament of Innocence, so I just know, like, it's not about him going to hell, it's about, like, him making a deal with death to, like, basically try and wipe out humanity over the death of his first wife. He would eventually, meet up with, you know, Lisa and Bear Alucard as a result. But then she was killed, and that was like, no, humanity's had too many chances.
Yep.
That's why he was especially
honestly,
shaken up about it, because he was starting to turn around on humanity before they burned her at the stake for false crimes of being a witch. Anyway, time to fight the worms again.
I don't.
Because we haven't had enough of these guys yet.
I don't like how that worm looks.
Well, you saw this worm in the sewer ruins. But it looks especially phallic here due to the lighting.
Yes, that's what my point was.
It's a good thing we're not fighting this as Rachel, otherwise this would be obscene.
Oh.
I mean, it's already bad enough that she got vored by a tentacle monster earlier.
Yeah.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, they knew damn well what they were fucking doing.
The first ones would be in the subway, the other places I think would be Manhattan and the other Brooklyn. For pizza places you would take us to. Just go on a pizza grand tour.
Yeah,
like,
right.
don't see any of the landmarks, just see the pizza places.
Right. Watch, we go to God, what was it? I don't even know if this is actually a New York place, but there is a pizza parlor somewhere out in the east where, listen, I think it's in New York because the way the people talk in the video. Basically, Wi-Fi password is like basically what happens is a guy goes in to a pizza parlor and he asks to get the Wi-Fi password. The guy says, "Oh yeah, just order a pizza." He's like, "Perfect." So he orders a pizza. He gets his pizza. And he's like, "Oh yeah, the Wi-Fi password." He's like, "Yeah, it's just order a pizza, all caps."
Speaking of creative Wi-Fi, technically modem naming, but still tangentially related. The best kind of related. Second best kind of related. The best kind of related is technically related. During the PSN outage of 2025, which was just like a day and a half ago, there was someone on Blue Sky talking about it, and they had a screenshot of like their Wi-Fi connections that they had open, and their Wi-Fi router, or their modem technically, was named, oh god, what was it? Named, it was something really creative. Depeche Modem. After the band Depeche Mode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my old Wi-Fi network was called Teletran before we switched over to a new one. Because
I've never gotten creative with the Wi-Fi network names, but I remember when I was staying at Animazement for the first time, you know, my first big anime con.
Yeah.
There was someone in the hotel who had their phone set up as a Wi-Fi hotspot, and it was an Android phone. And I could tell because they named it Android 18.
Oh, God.
Nowadays, I'd be like, Android 21 is better. Android 18's great. 21's better.
True. Let's see. Yeah, like, there was a couple of old network connections that we had. Like, originally, like I said, we originally had Teletran. Well, previously had Teletran. And before that, my mom actually named the previous Wi-Fi modem umbilical cord.
Dare I ask why?
I don't know, honestly, dude. I think it was because I really think it was just because she thought it was like, oh, it's a creative name, it works, and I'm thinking like, okay.
Yeah, Android 21 is better because it's barely legal versus I can drink. You know, all the jokes about 18.
I know that I get the joke.
I know. There's so many jokes about 18 that all have to do with just her name being... Technically, her name's not 18. That's just what she goes by.
Yeah.
Her name's actually Lazuli. And 17's name is Lapis.
God damn it. So they're Lapis and Lazuli.
Yes, as I've said many times, Akira Toriyama loved his punny names.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just like, really? He really actually had to do that. He had to make it...
It's never brought up in Dragon Ball itself. It's just something that he confirmed in a, I think it was in the new colored editions of the Dragon Ball Z manga. Where he included like some author's notes and previously unreleased information. And one of them was that 17 and 18's names before being turned into technically cyborgs, but androids, by Dr. Giro. Their names were Lapis and Lazuli. And that 16, the reason 16's sole purpose is to kill Son Goku is because 16 was based on Dr. Giro's son. Now, not unlike what Team 4 Star would show, where they had it so, like, they had their own special and custom animated sequence where it showed that Giro's son died when Goku raided the Red Ribbon Army headquarters as a kid. In the actual canon, according to Toriyama, he was just a soldier who died in combat. But that's also the reason why Jiro was like, no, don't release Android 16. It wasn't just because he's not finished yet. It was because that's my son. I don't want him to get destroyed. And that's also why Android 21 is so focused on Android 16 in Dragon Ball FighterZ, because 21 was Jiro's wife, and therefore the father of the person that Android 16 was modeled after. I mean, mother. Sorry. I mean, she could be the father. We all know what kind of freaky deaky shit the Jiro family got into. You think this 18-year-old likes you, but you refuse to pursue? Good. General rule of thumb when you're older gentlemen like us is half your age plus 7.
Yep.
Like, it's not, a strict rule that's always correct, but it's like a good rule of thumb for, like, there not being too much of a generational gap, and therefore not too much of a power imbalance in the relationship. Yeah, I agree with you, Kira. At the point where it's like you're old enough that, like, you could be their parent, it's like, no. Fuck no.
Yeah, no.
Like, another one of my rules of thumb is, like, if they're young enough that they don't remember a time before YouTube, then that's a hard no.
Yeah. Personally, I go as far as to be like,
That's not my hard and fast rule, but it's like a secondary rule of mine when it comes to people that are younger than me. I tend to pursue people that are either same age or older than me most of the time.
Yeah. But yeah, like, my whole thing is, like, if, I've had times where it's like, my whole thing is, like, I'm at the point in my life where it's like, I'm like, look, if you don't remember a time before 9/11, then you're obviously way too fucking young.
Yeah. That's another good one. When you're old fucks like us. Anyways, for all this stuff about dark dragon blades and dragon swords, there's been a surprising lack of dragons in this game, hasn't there?
Yeah.
We're about to encounter our dragon for this game.
Oh boy.
And we just got another one of these statues. They'll come in handy later. You've gotten a little more than 20 bucks in free drinks, and you don't and will not pursue. Sorry. I can't read all that right now because I gotta fight this dragon. Now you're a D&D nut. What kind of dragon is this? Other than, a fire dragon.
Honestly, looks like a gold dragon, but I can't tell if it's adult or ancient.
Whatever it is, it's pissed. I keep forgetting that you can block that move. Oh, you could just dodge roll through it. Okay. I also keep forgetting that dodge roll gives you iframes. So this is like a proto Dark Souls game, which explains why Team Ninja for a while would make the Neo series, which is basically faster-paced Dark Souls set in Japan. Oh, he's gotta catch his breath. He's got asthma.
Just by looking at this dragon's face, I can tell you it's gotta be adult due to the fact that if it were ancient, it'd have more tendrils coming off its face.
It's also got a horn.
Yeah.
Like a unicorn horn. Ah! Let me go, 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 let me go. This is gonna be a close one, I can tell. I've got so many so many devil elixirs saved up. I'm just going to spam my way through this because I've got shit to do. Just use water fairy Pokemon and win. But I don't have any water type attacks. I only have ice.
Yeah. So funny thing is, I double checked. I double checked the Gold Dragon's alignment. In terms of whether or not a Gold Dragon is usually good or evil, it mostly leans towards being good.
I don't think this is necessarily a question of good or evil. I think it's just angry that we're trespassing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's an angry Gold Dragon. It's basically like it's pissed that you basically trespassed in its domain.
Not anymore, it isn't.
But did you also know that metallic dragons, such as the gold, worship the dragon god Bahamut?
No.
Well, they do. Now you do.
I didn't know that dragons had their own religious system.
In D&D, they do.
D&D's nuts! Sorry, you gave me an opportunity. I had to take it. I am weak of will.
Here's the thing, Kier. You're half right. Half of the dragons would worship Bahamut. The other half, being the chromatic variety, actually worship the dragon goddess Tiamat, a five-headed dragon.
No, I know where two of the recurring dragons from Final Fantasy got their names. Wow, they really did just steal a lot from D&D and got away with it.
Yep.
Anyway, I think this is our last diary that we've gotten. January 30th, I've gathered some new information. According to the ancient legends of this place, he who offers the lost stone tablet to the twin serpents may gain entrance to Zarkon. The tablet, now apparently split into 3 pieces, is said to have been scattered throughout Vigor. I was able to learn the locations of the pieces. One is at the Twin Serpents Plaza in Tyrone. One is in the archive at the monastery. One is near the stone circle in the magma cavern. I must gather the fragments and then begin my approach to Zarkon. February 5th. I'm hungry! But yeah, we have all the stone tablets, so thankfully we won't have to do any backtracking. And we'll save here and end it here for tonight.
Yes.
Next part should either be our last part or second to last part. Haven't decided on next week's schedule yet, so we'll see how that plays out. And we'll see who from the Eldenwood Twitch team we're going to be raiding tonight.
Is Zombie Pandemic still streaming?
Yeah. But I want to see who else is streaming.
No, I know. I'm just saying, it's like, that's a suggestion.
Let me see one person in particular. One person in particular who interacts with me every now and then on Blue Sky, and let's see. Nah, he's not live, so I won't be able to raid him. Let's see, we just got some new members of the stream team, so we're gonna raid level 99 Gaming Wiz.
Oh, okay.
Who I believe is a new member of the stream team. They just did the new they just did applications again, and level 99 Gaming Wiz is playing a game about digging a hole.
Oh.
And it looks like they just started.
Oh, nice.
So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you to JKR for joining me for commentary tonight. Thank you to, once again, to Nakauji for the excellent rigging job, which I still need to tweak a few settings. And
Also, thanks to Shadow Dragon for pointing out that the game audio was muted.
yes. Anyways, until tomorrow night, whatever I stream tomorrow night, unpleasant dreams.
Well, we're the boys of chorus. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
Good night, everybody.